Get the comfy chair!
Welcome to this episode of The Good, the Bad and the Odd. We are hosts Mark and Sam. Hi, Sam.
Hello there.
Right, well, it's comfy chair time, and we're kind of doing this near the beginning of the month for a change. I say that, we're already a week in, but
Yeah.
it's better than we usually do, which tends to be the second half of the month. But yeah, we're trying to keep a lid on that. Anyway, right, so comfy chair time. Do you mind if I go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Right, so in grand tradition, I'll do something odd or bad or good, with those two mixed in. And my one is distinctly odd, and it's a book. And I read it a long time ago, but I fancy doing a reread to see if it was as good as I remembered it. And it was pretty good. And this one isn't very famous. You would not have heard of this. It's called Unnatural Selection by Daniel Evan Weiss, I think is the author. It's also called The Roaches Have No King in America, but here it's called Unnatural Selection. And it's essentially a book about cockroaches. It's kind of the Watership Down of cockroaches.
Oh, okay.
And it's really well written and funny, so I quite like it. Because it's about... Basically, it starts with the premise that all this brood of cockroaches... that have lived in this apartment for a number of years, but they all, a particular group of them, all got laid in a bookcase. Okay. So they all kind of lived on the gum that kept the books together, pretty much, and grew up. But they also read all the books, right? So each cockroach is kind of about... Basically, the hero of the piece is called Numbers, and he was born in the Bible. And because he's read the Bible, he thinks he understands humans way better than any other cockroach, right? He understands all their weaknesses and foibles and all this. And I'll give you an example. There's one who was born in, I think, in like a German war history book, and he's called Bismarck, and he talks in a German accent. And there's one who was born in a book about French cooking, and I can't remember what his name is, but he talks in a French accent, and he also balances a human hair on his top. I don't know if it's a lip, like he's got a moustache, and things like that. And it goes on and on and on and on. And there's quite a lot about like the biology of cockroaches and how they're different from humans, and how it's, for example, how sex is all about the pheromones when it comes to cockroaches. They don't care about looks; it's pheromones. That's the big one. And he kind of reflects on that in terms of humans. Set in New York, and it's like a Jewish guy and his girlfriend. Firstly, he had a girlfriend called the Gypsy who was super messy, so all the cockroaches loved her because there was always loads of food. And they got used to it. But then when she left and another one moved in, who was way cleaner and wanted like things like the kitchen renovated and new cupboards put in, that were much harder to get into. It became like a time of plague, and then Numbers realised it was a bit like, not Moses, but it was a bit like that, right? He was like going to lead them to somewhere better, and that's kind of it. But mixed in with this, all this comedy stuff. Like, for example, he has to go into the apartment next door because he's got a plan to try and cause things to happen. And he wants basically a discarded shell of a much bigger cockroach, a different species, and he knows that the apartment next door is infested with that. So he has to go in, this little cockroach, and talk to these much bigger cockroaches and try and persuade them to let him have a skin. And things like that. All this kind of weird stuff. It's a really fun book. But very, very odd. Very odd. Yeah. But not one I've never heard anyone ever talking about, but I bought it like 30 years ago, read it, enjoyed it, and I thought it was time for a reread. I did enjoy it. It's very good. And it's clever, and it's insightful, and all that. Right, that's me.
Okay, so my first one is actually a movie I watched last night, actually. It is Five Nights at Freddy's.
Okay, I fancy this. Was it good?
Yeah. It was fun. Okay, it's one of those, I can't say it's good, because Okay, so it's based on a horror game, quite a short horror game, called Five Nights at Freddy's, where the gist is basically you're a security guard. There's roving animatronics that want to stuff you in another animatronic because they think you're just like an endoskeleton, an animatronic endoskeleton.
Okay.
And you can't be without your costume on the show floor, so they want to stuff you in that.
Right.
But it's all done from it's all basically just done in JPEGs. Like, it's all still pictures.
What?
There's very little animation, except for the actual scares. Like, if you
Hold
go
on,
look
is this
at,
an animated film or a live action film?
it's a live action film. The game I'm talking about. Is
okay.
all done for
Okay.
pictures.
Yeah.
The film takes a bit more of a story, like overarching story, because there's like 8 of these games now. So there's a fair bit of like lore.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're the gist is that basically there's Mike Schmidt, played by Josh Hutcherson, who is brought on to be the security guard at the now abandoned Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria, where the animatronics they get a bit quirky at night. So yeah, it's a film about that. It was surprisingly, for a 15, it was both surprisingly gory and surprisingly not gory. At the same time.
See. Weird.
There's a lot of very bloody carnage, but it's all in shadows. So,
okay, so they toned it down to get 15, maybe. I thought Wally's Wonderland was kind of based on Five Nights at Freddy's, actually.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Yeah.
Except in that, the security guard beats the shit out of the...
And says not a word all the way through.
Yeah, it doesn't say a thing. Okay.
Yeah. I'm also getting Banana Splits movie vibe.
Yep, again, another one that was definitely an old script for Five Nights at Freddy's that they recycled.
Right. Okay.
Because this went through some development hell, because it was announced in 2015.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
Yeah.
Is it worth a watch?
Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. Like, it's quite a fun film once they kind of get into it, because it does the not much happens for the first 40 minutes or so. This is an hour and 50-minute movie.
That's too long for this.
That much scary.
That's way too long for a film like this. That should be 90 minutes. Right, okay. Does it fill its time all right, or was it over?
Yeah, it fills its time fine. It's got Matthew Lillard in it. As,
I like him.
This weird careers advisor. He's really funny. I do quite recommend this film. It's still in cinemas. I'd suggest watching it there because you probably get a bit more into it. Than I did with my friends. So it's on to you.
Right, this is kind of a similar vibe. This is a film I watched when it came out. I saw it at the cinema. I think that might have been... No, I think I've seen it since, but it's been a long time since I watched it. And basically a new Blu-ray came out, so I thought, why not? Then I forgot I had the Blu-ray, and I bought it again, or I bought a different version. So I've got it twice by mistake. By my own mistake. Dog Soldiers.
Okay.
From 2002. Have you seen this?
Yeah, I've seen this one.
Yeah, I really enjoyed watching this again. It's aged well. It's still a lot of fun. I'll be talking about it a lot more on the United Nations Horror podcast. So if anyone wants to go listen to that, it'll probably come out a week or two after this one. I'll be talking a lot more about Dog Soldiers. But yeah, Sean Pertwee knocked out of the park. The most significant actors are, excuse me, Sean Pertwee, Liam Cunningham. There's like an SAS or Special Forces guy. And there's another game I think his name's Morphit, who plays, Spoon, the famous Spoon, who loves what's going on because he loves Zulu and people under siege and all this, and his mates going, "You bloody loving this, ain't you?" and all this kind of stuff. And basically, it's soldiers versus werewolves, and some great dialogue, some great action. What's his name? McKidd from. Trainspotting. Oh, forgotten his first name. He voices Soap McTavish in the Call of Duty games.
Nice.
Yeah, I think it's Michael McKidd. Hold on, I'm going to have to look this up to get this right. He's quite a good actor. He hasn't been in it as much as he should have been in, He should have had a slightly better... Kevin McKidd, that's it, Kevin McKidd. He's good in it. So yeah, and the werewolves are really interesting because they're very big, and I think they've got
huge, if I remember
ballerinas.
correctly.
Yeah, they got. I think they've got ballet dancers in as not ballerinas, but men. I think, but ballet dancers in as the werewolves walking on stilts. So it gave them a really big sort of thing. A really fun film, and it's interesting that I still remember the football game they keep going on about where England beat Germany 5-1, and that's kind of at the end credits as well. That's mentioned at the end credits. That made me laugh to remember that. Yeah, Dog Soldiers is really good. Probably my favourite werewolf film, actually.
Okay.
Above even American Werewolf in London and The Wolfman and stuff like that. I really like Dog Soldiers. Anyway, that's me. That's me.
Okay. My next one is an audiobook, actually. I was listening to it. It's another of the Caiaphas Cain book series. It's called The Emperor's Finest, and it's him hanging out with the infamous Space Marines. So it's just a lot of like, wow, these who'd have thought these 7-foot-tall demigods? They're a bit odd in comparison to the regular person.
Really?
For the most part, it's just Cain being weirded out in the various very calm ways they describe. Like, okay, well, so we'll teleport aboard, use our lightning claws to tear apart the Gene Stealer threat, and hopefully that'll top off the invasion. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
So it's always him being perplexed and cowardly, right?
That's well, internally he's cowardly. Externally, he's like, okay, I've got to put up the appearance. He keeps describing it as his like much maligned reputation as a hero of the Imperium.
Yeah.
And every time he survives and comes out of these like impossible tasks, his reputation improves. So he gets sent on some bigger, more impossible task.
And he can't get out of it, the loop.
Yeah. So he's stuck on a Space Hulk, which is it's a sort of phenomena in 40k where instead of like hyperspeed or like warp speed, the sort of faster than light equivalent in 40k is warp travel, where basically you dip into hell.
Oh, great! You go via hell. Right.
Yeah, you go via hell because the rules of physics and time are completely different there, and you can occasionally come out before you left. So fun times. But basically, there's lots of ships just sort of floating around in the warp, and they accumulate together into these big space hulks, as they're called.
Yeah.
So you'll be walking down a corridor, and somehow it'll just be slowly turn upside down because in the eddies and tides of the warp, because it functions like an ocean. It just twists and warps all these ships into different shapes, and eventually, he describes it at one point as looking like just a heart and a nervous system, just sort of spread out.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
okay.
it's him on a Space Hulk and fighting Gene Stealers. Horrible.
So it's like aliens.
It's
like aliens. Okay, cool. Yeah. That sounds all right. So it's a novel this time, not short story. It's just a novel.
Yeah, this one's a novel.
Okay, cool. How many hours is it? Do you know? Off the top of your
this one, I think, was about 12 hours. Hang on a second.
Oh, medium length then.
Yeah, they're all about like 8 to 10, usually hours, sort of thing. This one was a bit long.
Yeah, 100 pages is about 3.5 hours, so that kind of is rough. So it must be a 300-page book or something.
That's not started.
You started it.
10 hours, 14 minutes.
Okay, pretty cool. Right, okay. I don't know why I did this, but I watched the first couple of Harry Potter movies. Well, I kind of knew what I would. I just fancied it. Because I've never seen them all. I think I've only seen the first 4. And I just wanted to dip back in just to see. And I only intended to watch the first one, but I enjoyed it quite a lot and went on to the second. But I'm just going to talk about the first one. Still stands up this. It's a fun, world-creating sort of... it's fairly lightweight as fantasy goes, compared to say Lord of the Rings.
I'd say the first few are just kind of good.
Yeah.
It's when you get to like the later ones where it's like, this feels like it should have been brought up before. Like a lot of the subjects is like, this is kind of falling apart a bit. So,
it's funny you should say that, because I did see a post on Facebook today where someone said this is a summary of the entire Harry Potter franchise, and there's just someone clipped a bit from the book, from the text.
Yeah.
And it's Dumbledore saying, "Oh yes, I should have mentioned that, Harry."
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
There's
just going by like stuff in the last book. the invisibility cloak is like an item of legend.
Okay.
And yeah, it's just kind of referred to as like, oh, you've got an invisibility
He's
cloak.
just got it in the cup,
Sure.
didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I really like the first one and the second one actually. They are long, but it's setting up quite a rich world, and I just like the characterizations. They've cast it well. I mean, the acting's not good. Daniel Radcliffe's all right, but some of the other kids are terrible. But they do get better as it goes on. But they cast well for Harry. That's the main thing. And I kind
of like that Daniel Radcliffe now has enough money that he can just do strange films as he wants now.
He's doing Igor in a Frankenstein film, isn't he, or something?
Yep, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I like him as an actor too. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. I was wondering whether to hold off actually, and maybe once we finish our Hammer run, we could do the 8 Harry Potters. I don't really want to do Fantastic Beasts.
The first one's okay. The rest of
I've seen the first one, and it was okay, just about. I mean, some of the casting and dialogue was good, but I don't really like Eddie Redmayne for a start. That doesn't help, right?
Yeah, that kind of would really impact it.
Yeah, so that doesn't help. But yeah, I'd quite like to watch the 8 Harry Potter films because I've only watched the first 4. So I think it'll be interesting. And I've never read the books either, and I was kind of thinking about it, but I think I want to watch the films. Excuse me. I've got costs. Yeah.
The books have a weird problem with, I guess J.K. Rowling found a thesaurus. So there's a lot of like, oh, who's that Snape ejaculated? And it's like, don't write it like that.
That's very old-fashioned terminology.
Yeah.
Anyway,
different now. So
Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, or is it Sorcerer's Stone? For some reason, it's Sorcerer's Stone in American. What's it? But Philosopher's Stone. Yeah, really cool. Go.
Yeah, my next one is I watched a couple of episodes of Treehouse of Horror, the Simpsons Halloween specials. So the ones I watched was I can't remember which numbered one it was, but it's the one with the Raven. I can't
first
remember
one, season 2, right? That's the very.
I don't think it's the first one, but
no, it is. It definitely is. I've only watched that one recently, so I know it's season 2.
Okay. Okay, yeah, but I watched that one, and then I also watched the most recent one. So I think it's like 33 or something like that.
Yeah, they've done one every season except season 1 since, so there are.
Yeah. So 33 we had, they've stopped doing the bridging story. So there's no in-between bits between the shorts.
Okay.
So the sort of 3 bits were the Pookadook, which is Babadook but Marge. We had the Death Tome, which was fully anime-styled parody of Death Note with Lisa's Light Yagami. I highly recommend looking it up because apparently, they went to the original animation studio to have them do it.
Wow!
And loads of fun little references. And then there was also Simpsons World, which had a really, really fun start, where it started off on the Marge versus the Monorail episode. And they were doing the whole there's a bunch of possums living here. I call that one Bitey. And as they're doing that, it's like that exact shot. Regular skin-colored people walk into shot and are start doing the quotes. And that's I remember this guy. Let's give Homer some beer. And so they tip Homer's head back and pour beer in his mouth, and he starts sparking. And it's it turns out, it's it's Westworld. But
Simpsons. Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah.
And then it's basically just a protracted escape sequence for all the different, a family of the Simpsons, because there's loads of different ones, running through a bunch of references. So,
okay.
It's a really good one. I was quite surprised. It says that Simpsons.
Yeah, because I heard that the later ones aren't very good, but I don't know. You hear these things, you don't know until you watch them. It blows my mind. There's so many seasons of Simpsons that Treehouse of Horror alone would be more than just a season of Simpsons.
Yeah.
And it also strikes me that just watching the Treehouse of Horror as a season might be kind of fun. As well.
See the slow evolution of Simpsons.
Yeah, and that Treehouse of Horror. Yeah, cool. All right then, cool, nice.
Okay.
It's a good choice for Halloween.
Yeah.
Okay, my next one, I have dipped back into Disney, and again, this might be something we want to do. I don't know. So I went to the very first Snow White.
Oh. Okay.
And Pinocchio. Pinocchio's so weird. Fantasia.
Yeah, Pinocchio's it's a strange adaptation of a stranger book. Like, I gotta be honest.
Yeah, and apparently it was a bit of a flop, which I didn't know. And Fantasia was a bit of a flop.
Yeah, Fantasia is the reason why most cinemas have surround sound, first of all. But it just didn't do very good.
Yeah, so I watched their next film, which was designed basically to be a moneymaker because they needed to make money back after those losses. Dumbo. And that's the one I was going to talk about. Really fun, Dumbo. I mean, it's problematic, definitely.
Yes, yes.
But there's some racial stereotyping, but they're not entirely negative. They're sort of joyful characters. So, you got to take it as it is. But I enjoy it quite a lot. It's got some classic sequences. Never seen an elephant fly. The March of the Pink Elephants. There's a few of them, and I really, really enjoyed it. Apparently, they've renamed some of the characters, so they're a bit less offensive. But yeah, it's kind of a fun film. But I think all of the early Disney is going to be somewhat problematic. You can't get some of the films at all now on Disney, like Song of the South, definitely not. But there's a few others.
Yeah.
Also not available, which is a bit mysterious, and I don't know why. But I will look into it. But I'm going to carry on watching them. But it might be something we want to do sometime. I don't know.
Yeah, go through all the Disney movies. Yeah.
Yeah, see
the Disney animated movies to specify.
Yeah, the animated movies. Though I would include a few which are crossover, like Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Roger Rabbit. Is Roger Rabbit? Yeah, it's Pete's Dragon. I'd be okay with stuff like that too. Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I've got a terrible.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Dumbo was a lot of fun. Over to you.
I think I saw the funniest description of that film was aside from the well-known set pieces, the entire thing has an aura of sadness. Which is every single moment is man, Dumbo, you're such an ugly little monster.
Yeah. And the thing is that there's people teasing him and stuff, but he kind of, because they're laughing, he smiles back because he doesn't know any better. And it's kind of sweet, but sad and childlike. And of course, separated from his mother. Disney's always traumatized children from the day they know, really. So, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, my last thing here is actually another video game. It's called Lethal Company. It's only just come out recently. It's a weird little combination of Deep Rock Galactic, Phasmophobia, and the SCP games. This is going to sound like a weird sort of combo, but basically it's 4 guys doing scrap retrieval on these alien worlds. And when they go out, there's always the risk that there's some alien that doesn't follow the same sort of rules as us. And usually they'll try and attack and kill you as you try and retrieve all the scrap to make a certain sort of profit margin, so that you can escape. But usually you die. So
tough game.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough game.
Yeah, it does sound like Deep Rock Galactic, the way you describe it. Yeah. So it's mission-based, is it, or what?
Yeah, basically you get dumped on a map, basically. And it's all okay, you got to retrieve this much in value of scrap over the course of, so many days. And you have that many days to retrieve that much scrap. And different stuff has different value. Occasionally you'll find stuff. Usually you're rooting around in some sort of, sewer-like thing. Or some old basically any sort of outside the Red Dwarf set of Red Dwarf. Like, you're just running through like the pipe factory. There's just pipes everywhere. And you'll find like gears, screws, clocks, that sort of thing to just drag all back to the little like spaceship, drop it in the thing so you can see how much value that was. But as you progress, you'll end up with like finding mansions that also have their own spooky, horrible monsters in them.
Right.
But a lot more value in those. So yeah. But yeah, fun game. Very cheap. I bought it for £8.
That's pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I recently got myself Deep Rock Galactic because it was on sale. I haven't played it yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing it. I've watched some gameplay and it looks pretty cool. But
yeah, it's a fun one. So.
Maybe I'll give it a go and talk about it next time.
Yeah.
Okay, my last one is... I was going to talk about a couple of things more, but I'm going to save one till next time because it's a video game and I want to play it a bit more and I'll have more to say.
Yeah.
My last one is Ghosts Season 5.
Okay. I've not watched the most recent season yet, so please keep spoiler free.
Just as good as ever. It's a really great vibe going on in the whole team, and they keep it up. It's very good. It's charming. It's funny. I just love the fact the caveman is the smartest man in the room quite a lot of the time, and they don't realise it. That always makes me laugh. But yeah, the energy's still there. It doesn't feel like it's played out at all. Not even close. So yeah. I'll say no more because it'll spoil it otherwise. But yeah, a really good series.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
So let's wind up there. So next one will be December, and then the one after that we'll probably do a year review, right? It'll be in January. We'll do a year review. So we'll see how we go. All right then. So bye from me.
Bye.
Thank you.